One aspect of astronomy that's becoming more and more popular, in particular in recent years, is astrophotography. And going back to the olden days, we had film cameras and the old lenses. We often used to do long exposure images without a telescope, but you could connect them for some simple prime focus photography without the eyepiece. But more and more lately it seems to be changing to smartphone photography, and a lot of new telescopes that they now come with a smartphone adapter. I'm personally not a fan of that because it can lead to frustration if you can't get things quite right the first time. And I always say to people, as I've said many times before, enjoy the view through the eyepiece. It is so much more rewarding, and then down the line move on to astrophotography. I think with the smartphones, the early one was the IBM Simon or Simon in 1994, and they become more readily available from different brands and manufacturers in the early 2000s, I believe, in the UK. But there was actually one from the 80s, the very first smartphone that many people have not really heard about. And hang on, I've still got mine. It's the MX1000, called 1000 because it did actually accept 35mm film, and it will go up to 1000 ISO, but I always found that a little bit grainy, so I always shot at about 400 ISO, and for much better results. You did need a very large smartphone adapter, as you can imagine, and on the backlight this is where you put 6 AA batteries. That's why it's quite large. And also it had 2 lenses here, so in the daytime you could actually get a 3D image. And not many people had computers back in the 80s, and so you couldn't do your pay-as-you-go or contracts online, but these were actually pay-as-you-go. And the slot you see here, that was where you put your 50p, and the newer model actually was much smaller, which accepted pound coins. I think the 50p would last about a minute or so for just making phone calls and just general use of it. But yeah, that's it. That's the MX1000, quite a collector's item now. So I don't intend selling this one. Unfortunately, it won't fire up now, so I can't give a demonstration. You know, age has taken its toll, and so yeah, I thought something a little bit different. I'd show you the world's first smartphone. You saw it here first before anybody else. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.